Planet Dolan.
From eating out of the sewer to volunteering to be tasered, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the dumbest things we did for money. I'm Doopy, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by Punra091. Love Doopy. Aw, thanks. When Sweet Commando was in the 4th grade, he started hanging out with some bad older kids. One time, one of them offered Sweet Commando $100 to go running through the school, opening every door, and shouting, "Dildo!" They told Sweet Commando a dildo was a type of bread that Italian bakers would walk down the street shouting about. Sweet Commando did the dare, but only made it to 5 classrooms before he was caught. He got 2 weeks of detention, but the worst part was, he didn't even get paid. Number 9 was submitted by Skeljay. Dolan once had this crazy friend who his parents forbid him from seeing. One time, they were hanging out together when the crazy friend offered Dolan $100 if he could shoot him in the kneecap with his BB gun. Dolan was desperate for money and lacking in common sense, so he said,
"Sure, that sounds perfectly reasonable."
He passed out from the pain, and when he woke up, he was in the emergency room. His crazy friend's mom gave him $1,000, probably to stop Dolan's family from suing. Number 8 was submitted by PDFANSTAR. On the first day of the new school year, Emoji's high school arranged free Chick-a-Filla lunches for all students in the auditorium. As they sat there listening to speeches, Emoji's friend came up with a funny dare. She told Emoji she would pay him to climb up on the stage and do a sexy dance with the Chick-fil-A cow mascot. Emoji was a terrified freshman, but he actually climbed up on stage and did it. The whole school was laughing and cheering, and lots of people filmed him. Luckily, Emoji didn't get in any trouble, and he was paid $13. $1 from every person in his row. People at school still talk about his sexy cow dance to this day. Number 7 was submitted by NotHyped. When Nixiom was little, his friends used to tease him about being poor. One day, he and his friends were lining up to buy candy from the ice cream van in their street. Nixiom's friends got a box of Maltesers each, but Nixiom couldn't afford one. When Nixiom's friends saw how sad Nixiom looked, he decided to issue him a challenge. He dropped a Malteser in the drain and told Nixiom he could have the whole box to himself if he picked it up and ate it. Without thinking, Nixiom picked up the dirty, dusty, sewer-watery Malteser and popped it straight into his mouth. His friends and the ice cream man were so impressed and disgusted that they bought Nixiom his own pack. That night, Nixiom's parents found out what he did and screamed at him. He spent the whole night crying and trying to throw the gross sewer candy up. Number 6 was submitted by CampfireTlls. Those are L's, right? Or are those I's? I don't know. Gurgak's dad is kind of weird. He loves buying new toys and gadgets, but he's not so good at using them responsibly. One day, he went and bought himself a brand new taser. He was really excited to show Gurgak, so when Gurgak walked in, his dad shouted, "Look what I got, son! I'll give you $5 if you let me tase you." Gurgak was just a stupid kid at the time, so he lifted his shirt and said, "$5? That's a lot of money!" The taser was turned down to the weakest setting, but it still really hurt. Gurgak enjoyed his $5 though. His dad still brings this story up every time Gurgak brings a new friend over. Number 5 was submitted by Better Call Paul. Gooby is usually pretty sensible, but in 4th grade, the chance to earn 20 whole dollars made her lose all common sense. For $20, Gooby's friend wanted her to snort a thick line of sand. Gooby figured this would be the easiest money she's ever made, so she dropped to the floor and snorted. It was horrible. The sand felt like tiny glass shards and got stuck in Gooby's nose. Gooby spent the rest of the afternoon bent over the sink, trying to flush it out. She was still finding bits of sand in her nose weeks later. She got her $20, but it definitely wasn't worth all the pain and trauma. Number 4 was submitted by ChewToy63. When Zaraganba was in high school, his friend offered him $20 to pretend to be high in class. In order to be more convincing, Zaraganba rubbed some Vicks Vapor Rub into his eyes to irritate them. He then sat in the back row of English class, acting stoned out of his mind. The teacher noticed Zaraganba's bloodshot eyes and strange behavior and sent him straight to the principal's office. He told the principal it was just a prank, but it seems he'd done such a convincing job at acting stoned that the school was forced to call his parents. The things we do for 20 bucks. Number 3 was submitted by Adamrvzoo. When Slaptam was a chubby young pig, his dad would take him on trips to the mall. One day, he and his dad were passing by a clothing store when they saw a hot and muscular male model standing outside trying to bring customers in. Slaptam's dad turned to his son and offered him 60 bucks to go up to the model, whip off his shirt, and yell,
"This is your competition."
At the time, Slaptam had more confidence than he knew what to do with, so he went right up to the guy and did it. He even did his special talent of moving his rolls and belly fat up and down like a belly dancer. Slaptam's sexy dance caused such a scene that the mall security came over and gave them a warning. Slaptam was pretty embarrassed, but the $60 made all of those bad feelings disappear. Number 2 was submitted by WolfiePlays57. One day, Pandora and her friend were walking to the track field. On the way, they passed by the infamous stain, which was said to have been there for over 5 years. Pandora's friend dared Pandora to lick the stain for 5 bucks and bragging rights. Pandora wasn't one to back away from a challenge, so she got down on her hands and knees and put tongue to cement. At first she felt fine, but when they started running down the track, Pandora's stomach gave up and she projectile vomited all over her friend. Talk about karma! Number 1 was submitted by me. I've done some pretty stupid things in the past, and one of those involved going onto Gaia Online, writing usernames on my butt cheek while wearing underwear, of course, and taking pictures of it for gold. The thing was, I was 12, and I had no idea that half of these people were probably pedophiles. But let me tell you, I was hella rich. It did attract some unwanted attention though, and I did end up deleting my Gaia. Was it worth it? Absolutely not. Don't do that. Huge thanks for the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. So, what about you guys? What's the dumbest thing you've done for money? Let us know in the Reddit page linked below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys! Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.